Hey, HAEVN. First time reaction coming up in 30 seconds. And that's this guy's name, HAEVN, HAEVN. I don't know. I never heard of the guy before, but my buddy George Ibrahim told me about him, so we're going to get to a reaction. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hey guys, look, like 99% of the videos that I release, they don't get monetized. Thank you, YouTube. So if you can look in the description below, if you see any opportunities, anything that tickles your fancy where you can show a little support to the channel, that would be great. I would really, really gratefully appreciate that. At any rate, let's get right to the to this video and check it out. Pretty excited about it. Never heard of this guy before, and I think it's going to be moving. Beautiful already. Oh. Beautiful. Pretty.
Walking through dark night, calling out your name, waiting for an answer. Or do we end up here? We're trying to find a shoreline with no ground beneath my feet. I miss your hand in mine now. Try to understand cold. We are. And cold. We are. And baby, we're lost. Come home.
Wow.
And baby, we're lost. Come home.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Hey, look, I've been in the music studio many, many times in my life. Excuse me, sorry about that. I know how much work and effort it takes to get all of those musicians actually mic'd properly, set up with the headphones, get their sound right, and then they say, okay, roll. But it takes a minute. It takes a minute, and they got the sound really beautiful. I did actually make a recording. One of my CDs that I personally released is called Matt Criscuolo with Strings. It's called Melancholia. It's in the description below if you want to check it out. It's actually pretty interesting. You don't have to buy if you don't want, but if you see something, if you hear something you like, you can actually buy a song if you like, or the album. But what I did, instead of having 20-piece orchestra, what I did is I had a 5-piece string quartet that I hired from New York City, top-notch dudes. From New York City. We came into the studio and we did 4 passes for every cut. For every song, we did 4 passes. So it sounds like a 20-piece orchestra, but it's only a 5-piece orchestra. That's the way we did it because it cost a lot of money to do that. You know what I'm talking about? So, 5-piece orchestra, make, 4 passes with the recording. It sounds like 20 pieces. So if you care to hear what that sounds like, and I just gave away the secret, excuse me, then you can check that out in the description below. But going back to HAEVN, I love the way he sings. I love that space that he has, you know, in between his phrases. He's not belting, he's speaking, you know, he's composed, and it's very organic and intuitive, and I like that. I appreciate. So far, I like this cat.
Once we were like sunlight, nothing in between. But now we share distance, no shadows at our feet. I'm blinded by desire, no horizon that I see. Feel the cold of raindrops, soothed by my tears. Cold, we are. And cold, we are. And baby, we're lost. Come home with me.
You know, if you notice, the conductor, who maybe he wrote the song too, I have no idea. I don't know who wrote the song. If you know, please let us know in the comments. But if you notice, even the conductor gave a little smile. I'm assuming to HAEVN, because he liked the way everything was going. He liked maybe something that HAEVN did in his phraseology and the way he was, excuse me, articulating and everything. So that little smirk was like, yeah, you know, yeah, we got this. This is it. You know, because you capture lightning in a bottle sometimes in the studio. And I will also confess that on the recording that I did, I'm not trying to plug my recording. I'm only trying to actually confess something. You know, at where I was musically in my life, I should have made different choices in how I interpreted the melodies, many of which I actually wrote myself, but I would have liked to have done it more like the way HAEVN is actually doing it, with a lot of space, breathy, right up on the microphone, and very intimate. Instead, I kind of filled up a lot of the space with sound, you know, from my saxophone. And maybe, you know, given the opportunity to go back, I would have. But, you know, that's the way it is with music. You document where you are at that time in your life. For whatever reason, it comes out the way it comes out, you know. Yeah, I could just say I just really like the way HAEVN is interpreting this.
And baby, we're lost. Come home. I will walk until a new day will break, till the hurt wears off and the storm will fade. We will talk again about the difference, and we both will see that our love is grown. And baby, we're lost. Come home with me. Baby, we're lost. Come home. Baby, we're lost. Come home with me. And baby, we're lost. Come home.
Wow. Okay. So, what do we know about the song? Maybe you could put that in the comment. What do we know about HAEVN? George, Ibrahim, tell us a little bit about HAEVN. I don't know anything about the guy. This is the first time I'm listening to him. I really love it. And I really like his choices, in that he didn't, you know, he used a lot of space. I mean, space in music is, you know, what you play is what you don't play is probably more important than what you actually play in a way, because that space puts a lot of emphasis on what is then actually being played. You know what I mean? It's like the canvas on a painting. there's so many different ways to approach it. But if you have, some space on the canvas, then whatever is on the canvas. I'll give you another example. When people take the black and white photos and they'll take one piece of that entire composition and they'll put color to it, like a shoe. They'll make it a red shoe. The way that red shoe pops out is there's that contrast. That's what I would liken it to, except that we're dealing with sonics and sound. So the space is actually very important. And the way he interprets the melody, I think it's just beautiful. I liked it a lot. I mean, I would have probably liked it even more if I heard some different colors in the harmonies, but not that I have an issue with simplicity, and with the sound, but there's so many different colors. I feel like sometimes people who want to have a broader commercial appeal, they stay away from the other colors in the chords, like the ninths and the flatted ninths and sharp ninths, the 11ths, the 13ths, these upper extension of the chords, they stay away from that because maybe it starts to sound jazzy. But I got news for you. If you just sneak a little bit of it in there, it makes it, even more interesting, but maybe more so for somebody like me. If I didn't mention it at all, probably most of you would have been like, yeah, what the, it sounds great. And it does sound great. But, I've gone down the rabbit hole on all the other colors in the harmonic spectrum. So sometimes I want to hear some of them. But you know what, man? It's all good. It's all good. It's beautiful stuff. HAEVN is great. I'm looking forward to doing more of his reactions. Do you think I should? Hey, I'm here for you guys. So if you want me to react more to HAEVN, just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and definitely give it a like if you liked it. Anything like that is very helpful for the channel, and I would appreciate it greatly. So at any rate, guys, look, hey, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And you take it easy, and if it's real easy, take it twice.